The Laurels with Giant Killer. I'm going to be checking this out today. Now, I was going to say I've never heard of this band. I've never heard this band before. And I would say I've never heard of them, but the reason why I'm checking this out is because this is, when you're on YouTube and you listen to a lot of upcoming Japanese bands, of course, YouTube starts recommending you more upcoming Japanese bands. And this is one of the many bands who I've been seeing coming. Oh, by the way, sorry about the background noise. I've got the air conditioning on. It's boiling here. So this is one of those bands that has come up in my suggestions a few times, but I haven't had a chance to get round to them yet. And then on my Discord community, linked in the description below, a lot of people were like, hey, are you getting like links to this band Laurels? So I don't know what it is, whether they're just very popular. I mean, this video came out 4 days ago and I think it's got like over 7,000 views from what I can tell. Yeah, the band's only got like just over 1,000 subscribers. Let's give them a little subscribe now. It's my subscribers there to be lost rather than gained. So this is a band who, they've been appealing to a lot of people in my community because they've been coming up in their recommendations as well. So, hey, if people in my community are getting recommended this, I'm getting recommended this, there's got to be something worth checking out here. It's nearly 4 minutes of a song, Laurels Giant Killer, nothing to go off but the thumbnail, which makes it look like it's an indie band from what I could see. Sorry, I didn't load that up before I began, but let's dive in, have a little listen and talk more afterwards. Laurels Giant Killer, let's go. Dirty bass. Wait, is it mono? Wait, is that mono? I think that's mono. Okay. Oh wow, they're in a little dam area. Ooh. Oh, this is headbanging music. Okay, that's what we're doing. I'm loving this sort of the very simple, grungy vibe to it. Nice. I appreciate how they're throwing enough rhythmic changes to break it up without making it sound overly complicated and fiddly. This has got some old school 70s rock and roll vibes for sure. She's got an amazing voice as well. A lot of this is tonal. Love that bass sound. Love how cutting the drums are, but her vocals as well. Honky drum kit, the way you can really hear and feel it. Oh, nice. Yeah, see, I like the basses is adding a little bit of flair to it as well. Not just locking down the chords. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, that's cool. I've got some explaining to do because you guys might not expect me. I can understand there's a lot of reasons based on previous comments where people might not expect me to automatically like that. I really like that. I am going to be checking something else while I talk about this right now. But first things first, that was awesome on so many levels. Now, first of all, this song, clearly they know what they are. It's a grungy, straight shooting kind of band. You know, but you get some bands, they're grungy, they're straight shooting, and they just go, well, that's what we are. You know, everything's really sort of lo-fi. But with these guys, it was just amazing to me that like the tone was so good. I loved how like the sound of like the sound of each instrument was so visceral. You know, the drums, you know, when the toms were hitting, it really felt like you were in like a studio listening to it, and you could really sort of feel the touch of each and every drum. It was very sort of impactful. But as well, on top of that as well, you got like the bass is so gritty and everything. But here's the problem. I have to do something before I can really safely review that, which is I need to just quickly load up this. Where is it? There we go. Because the problem is, I want to say so many good things about this. So this is apparently Giant Killer. I'm assuming this is the correct one. It says Laurel. Okay. Before I get into just how much I'm really excited about this band, uploading a music video in mono is just... Don't do that. Especially when your band is so tonal. To upload your song in mono... So I'm going to press play, and if I hear stereo, I will be happy because at least there's a good version of this song out there. But I'll also be probably doubly annoyed that you went and uploaded a really cool music video in mono. All right, let's go. Sorry, I had to cue that up. Let's go. Can you hear how much better that sounds already? Alright, let's get the last chorus going. Look, the point is don't upload music videos in mono. It's 2025, alright? Anyway, let's move on to why I love this band. Because the only reason I'm so annoyed about that is because I really enjoyed this. The thing is that when we actually look at what this song is doing, it's nearly 4 minutes, and yet it feels so tight and concise. It's changing up a lot. It's very much got this, again, this tonal focus, and it means that you kind of feel like anything that other bands who I would usually sort of like, you know, I usually say, you know, the bands are like, yeah, it's all about layering and adding all these sort of thickness, and I love when you've got different things happening at the same time. Here, it's just that the sound of the band really draws you in, you know, sort of everything feels sort of very live and tangible in a way that kind of builds up this tension. And therefore, when we get to the chorus, and the chorus is kind of like this big burst of, yeah, I'm not playing that version. It feels so big because it's built upon those much more chilled out bits in the verses. I also just kind of feel like the singer's voice does a lot to really sort of engage your ears. The drum beat is switching up, it's changing, you know, it's like just everything about this. It feels like a song that is, when it's being simple because it's building up the tension. And when it's being loud and bombastic, it's being loud and bombastic because it can, you know, because it can really sort of like, yeah, it can really like grab you with just like how wonderful the tone is when it explodes. It's got a great chorus. It's got like just everything about this really flows in a cool way. The video as well, I have to give massive credit. The video just looks so cool. It's another example of taking something very simple but making it work. I mean, this location, this appears, like I say, this appears to be like a dried out, like a little dam area. So here by like big rivers, like I'm quite close to the Arakawa River, which is pretty huge. You get these little kind of dammed off sections at the side, and you get like the big dam gates. And this appears to be behind one of those, but in like a dried off little area. And yeah, it looks so cool. So you've got this really cool video, you've got this really cool tone, you've got the singers doing a great job. I just think that this is a good example of how to do something grungy, simple and direct, but really make it work. You know, really give it some bite, you know, really make it sort of jump out and like grab you. And a lot of it comes down to like when we're listening to it, if you listen to like those verses, listen to what the drummer's doing there. constantly changing, constantly switching it up, but nothing sort of super complicated, just very interpretive. And then, like I say, you listen to the bassist, and the bassist most of the time is holding down just sort of the root chords, but then occasionally he'll do these little interesting bits. I skipped to the bit where there's no bass, I don't know why I did that. See there, it's just sort of like holding down the chords. And then that little bit there, because that's a bit, you notice that when the vocals stopped, that's when the bass did something to add a little bit of intrigue, add a little bit of layering, add a little bit of thickness, a little bit of difference. That's really good sort of, again, in interpretive bass playing. You're hearing what's happening around you and filling in the spaces where you need to be rather than just cluttering the spaces where you don't. And again, if you go back to that chorus line, listen to how sort of the vocals are moving in a different direction to the chord pattern. She's up high whilst the chords are moving down, and she's she's doing this sort of like swooping, quickly moving sort of up and down note progression while the chords just slowly moving down. And then the bass fills in. Yeah, so there's just a lot of very good intuitive use of space here. They're trying to keep the song sounding simple and direct, and yet at the same time filling in the right gaps in the right ways. I really like this. I would be very intrigued, as this is such a straight shooting, simple kind of song. I'd be really intrigued to see what their other songs sound like, what other directions they go in. I've been caught out by, ironically, actually, a Western band I'm thinking of. Nova Twins, a kind of, again, very sort of simple, grungy bass and guitar sound, but I'm surprised how many different things they've managed to achieve with quite a simple and direct sound. I get the feeling this is one of those bands who could pull off something similar, you know, just being able to take this very nice direct formula and do something quite winning and quite clever with it. So I'm intrigued to see what the rest of their music sounds like, but it better be in stereo. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited about this band, and also reminds me a bit of Lazy Guns Frisky, who were a band who I really enjoyed, that I sort of back 10 years ago, and again, we're kind of similar kind of vibe. So yeah, big credit to it. Do go check them out. Subscribe to their channel. Hey, if enough people subscribe to their channel, maybe more stereo tracks. Anyway, I'm not gonna let that go. I'm not gonna let that go. Anyway. Love to him. No, this was great. This was really cool. Video was great. Song was really catching. Tone's good. Band members seem to be really on point. So I'm excited for this band, and you absolutely, you keep my subscribe and you get my like for what it's worth. I'm with you guys. All right. Lots of love to all of you. Get in the comments. Tell me what you're thinking until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now, ciao, ciao.